Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our night 3 of this year's virtual open house. My name is Meher Mardoyan, and I work with the Undergraduate Student Recruitment Office of the St. John's campus. Again, thank you very much for joining us this evening. This event has been a valuable addition to what we do, providing insight into the programs and student experiences at Memorial University, regardless of where you are located, and allow everyone to do so from the comfort of your own home. So we are now in day 3 in session 2. So this is room 2 for undecided students. So if you are here and you want to know more about education, you need to go to room 1. And if you want to go to know more about pharmacy, then you need to go to room 3. So this is still exploring, and with me I have Kristen White from Career Development, and I have Joanne Conway from Academic. So the floor is for you, Kristen.
Sure. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Before I start, I just want to do a territory acknowledgement. So we acknowledge that the lands on which Memorial University's campuses are situated are in the traditional territories of diverse Indigenous groups. And we acknowledge with respect the diverse histories and cultures of the Beothuk, Mi'kmaq, Innu, and Inuit of this province. Okay. So to get started, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Kristen White. I'm a career advisor with the Career Development Center here at MUN. And we help out with a lot around job search, resume, career exploration. Today, I'll just focus on some of the assessments and things that we provide for students to explore your career. So first, I'm going to start off by letting you know, did you know as many as 50% of students entering post-secondary education are undecided about their major? Approximately 75% of students will change their major at least once before graduating. So that's an interesting statistic brought by Study Breaks back in 2017. And it's quite the norm. So a quick poll, I guess, if we could show of hands in the room, or if you just want to say, unmute just for one moment, who is absolutely sure what academic program they want to do? Maybe you can say in the chat, or you can say here somewhere. Maybe Joan can let me know what they're saying, because I can't see the chat.
I can monitor the chat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So far, no answers.
No answers? So who is absolutely sure what academic program they want to do? Share in the chat.
So we have Leah, Peter, Sarah, and Valerie. So the floor is for you guys if you want to share.
Yeah. Okay.
No response.
Okay. Someone has a hand up. So someone is absolutely sure. That's Sarah. Okay. Who is debating between a couple of programs? Show of hands or in the chat. Yeah, Leah. Okay. And who is open to all programs? My son thinks he does, but he's in between two. I saw that chat come in, Valerie. Thank you. All right. So, question for you. What percentage of 25-year-olds maintain the same career expectations they had when they were 17? What would you think? Either share in the chat or you can unmute. Probably easier to share in the chat. What percentage are you guys thinking? 75%? 50?
50, 75.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you want to get the real answer? 16.5%. So the key message is it's okay to change your mind. In fact, it's the norm. It's totally normal. Research shows that I think the average person changes their career path within 7 to 10 times in their lifetime, something like that. The last I checked, maybe some here or someone might know, but yeah, it is. It's ever changing and it's quite common. It doesn't mean that you have to go back to school in order to get new jobs or new career path. It just means that the job that you get might give you skills and experiences that take you to another job and then another job. And then before you know it, you're in a totally different area that you thought you would be in based on your degree. So this is very, very important to remember that it's normal to change your mind, okay? It's actually the norm. So you're not out of the norm, you're not out of the loop. It's totally normal. So the Career Development Office, some of the things that we provide, the services, are one-on-one appointments with students, assisting with your resume and cover letter, your interview skills, your job search, career planning, and LinkedIn profile, among some of the appointments that we go through together. And we facilitate networking events for students to meet with employers and alumni working in the industry, such as the career fair, job fairs, information sessions, and more. And there is a career resources page on our career development website as well, and it gives all kinds of resources about how to meet employers in the industry and what types of other networking events that we offer, because there's many. Right now it's Career Month and it's jam-packed with all kinds of networking events and resume sessions and all sorts of support for students along their journey. So no worries on that. So the value of exploring. So university, it is a 4 to 6 year career exploration experience. So be intentional with your time. For example, non-classroom activities. Not everyone will need career advice. Almost any degree can lead to almost any occupation. When you come to MUN, you automatically think, oh, nursing, nurse, teacher, you do education, teacher, you do engineering, and then you think, oh, what else is there? But there's all kinds of majors and minors that will take you to many diverse career paths within humanities and social sciences to science. These careers sometimes can overlap, such as psychology, can overlap in the helping fields. And we can help with your career exploration by providing you with assessments about your interests and things like that. All kinds of resources. So you can ask yourself these 4 questions. What am I good at? What am I interested in? What are my core values? And what do I just enjoy doing? What brings me joy, right? What do I enjoy? It could be anything from your hobbies to things that you do in sports or things that you tend to be really good at. Think about these things. So there is something called the Holland Code. At the Career Development Office, we lean into Dr. John Holland's theory. So people and work environments can be classified into 6 groups. So here are the 6 groups. You have your conventional, who are your organizers. You have your creators, who are artistic. You have your helpers, who are social. You have your doers, who are realistic. You have your persuaders, who are enterprising, and you have your thinkers, who are investigative, and they might be in the science field. So here's a little bit more on that. So different people will be attracted to different environments and traits. Generally, people are a combination of personality types. You're not all, you're very well faceted. It's like there's a holistic thing to people, right? So you have your realistic, the doers. They prefer to work with objects and things, enjoy creating things with their hands and using tools and machines, enjoy being physically active, solving mechanical problems, playing sports and working outdoors. Then you have your investigative. So these are the thinkers. They have a strong desire to understand cause and effect and solve problems. They enjoy jobs that are scientific in nature and jobs that involve data analysis. They enjoy computers, math, formulas, and thinking abstractly. Then you have, of course, artistic would be the creators. They prefer to be expressive, innovative, and don't like structure or conformity. They enjoy poetry, writing, photography, designing, singing, dancing, acting, painting, and attending exhibits and theaters. Then you have your conventional. So these are your organizers. They prefer order and systems. They like to see things run efficiently and smoothly. They enjoy keeping records, organizing, working with numbers and using computers. And you have your persuaders. So these prefer selling and performing, enjoy influencing others and being leaders and like competitive activities. They enjoy discussing politics, selling and promoting and having power and status. These are your enterprising. And then finally, we have your helpers. They prefer to work with others and tend to be highly verbal, cooperative, friendly, and understanding. They enjoy teaching, caring for others, volunteering, meditating, or mediating, sorry, not meditating, mediating, meeting people, and working in teams. So you could be a combination of all these different types of, personality types, right? No one really fits into one typically. So you're given a code after you do an assessment. So most careers, like I said, are a combination of personality types. Every company, every industry has every personality type. If people choose a job in line with their personality type, they will be more satisfied. Research shows this time and time again with many different types of assessments. This is a Holland Code occupational themes checklist, and it identifies your top 3 themes. So you can think about jobs and careers that could be associated with your themes. So just to show you very quickly what this looks like, this is a link I can actually put in because it's something you can do on your spare time. I'll put this in the chat after I do my presentation. But it is, each question is an opportunity for you to describe the kinds of things you as a person can do, might like to do, or the action that most fits you. So when you have selected all of the choices that describe you, you can click submit down here at the bottom, and then get your Holland code and determine what career paths might work best for you. This is just one assessment that you can do on your spare time, but MUN offers other assessments that I will talk about. But yes, this one breaks it down into, for example, are you understanding? Are you self-confident type of person? Are you insightful? And then down here it says, can you? Can you think abstractly, solve math problems, cooperate well with others? And then down here, it's do you like to? What do you like to do? Do you like to meet important people, be physically active, etc.? So that's just an example that I sort of wanted to show you there about how that works. And I knew that was going to happen. Oh, there we are. Okay. So that's just, I can definitely put that in the chat for you if you'd like, because that's something, it's not offered technically by MUN. It's another assessment that you can do outside on your own time before you get to MUN when those other assessment tools are offered for you. So the benefits of using career assessment tools, they increase your level of self-awareness and self-reflection. You can identify your strengths, skills, and values. You explore and identify interests and common themes. And you can plan your goals for the future, right? All of these things come together. So we also have something called strengths assessment. So this generates your top 5 strengths, what your innate talents are that can be turned into strengths over time if you practice, right? Just to be aware of them and how to practice them and how to use them and how to apply them in your personal, your career, your everyday life. So there's 177 questions, approximately takes about 1 hour. And there's group coaching sessions available. So benefits include increased engagement, productivity, and improved well-being. So this is something that students can actually, and when they graduate, can actually bring forward to an employer to say, these are my strengths. Because sometimes employers will ask you the question, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And this can really help you know yourself better and realize, oh, look, I do have this type of strength and I am good at this. And here's some examples, because employers want to hear examples of that, right? And it just helps you, leverage your strengths and use them every day in the best way that you can. So this is a really good book, but we offer this to classes sometimes, or if somebody requests it, we do group sessions on this and students get the results and then we do activities based on their results. We also have something called the Strong Interest Inventory. So this is a psychological assessment tool that supports individuals in matching their interests with potential educational and career paths. So it includes a variety of questions and takes about 20 minutes to complete. It generates a detailed report that highlights occupational themes, learning styles, and personality styles. So after you do the assessment, you'll get a little booklet and it shows you all these different types of careers that you may enjoy and why you would enjoy it based on your interests, right? And how you answered the question. So answer honestly is what we say. This one, this and strengths is offered when you are a MUN student. So as soon as you're a MUN student, you can avail of the strong interest inventory and the strengths assessment when you come to the career development office and request it, okay? And then this is something that you can do, career cruising. Maybe some of you have already done this before, but this is something that you can do along with the Holland Code without being a MUN student. So this is something you can practice and look at before you even come to MUN. So it's a career-related self-exploration and planning tool. There's multiple assessments available, such as Matchmaker and My Skills and a learning styles inventory. And there's relevant career information. It's a fun little tool where you can search different types of career paths. And it shows you here the username and the password. And when I come in here, just to show you what it looks like, show you really quickly, when you're in there, there's some things that you can do. Now, this might be too slow for me to actually do. If it takes too long, I might exit out of it and might not do that. That's going to take a while. Okay, just know that you can, on your own time, go through this. And you can go to Matchmaker and My Skills. And when you go into that, you can go to assessments. And then you can do an assessment. You can put in your MUN login or create a password. If you're not a Memorial University student yet, you can just create a password login to get in. But right here is the username and the password to get in. And we can, you can always book an appointment with us if you have any issues with career cruising and just to talk about your career exploration in general, because it shouldn't just be career cruising as part of your career exploration. You should really talk to a career advisor if you're uncertain about your career path and what you want to pursue. Don't just use the career cruising tool or any assessment. You can use all these assessments as a tool to learn about your career, potential career paths, but it's best to come in and speak to a career advisor. We offer virtual appointments as well. So, but until you become a student at MUN, you can definitely use career cruising and Holland, and I can put that in the chat for you as soon as I'm done my presentation. So we also have a Design Your Life program at MUN, and this will help you pave your way forward and figure out what you want to grow into as your life design unfolds. So this program can help students to learn strategies to solve all of life's, we call it wicked problems, and design their time here at Memorial and beyond. So it helps students to solve problems, make decisions. There's all kinds of engagement and activities in this program that help students. What I always like to say is, from kindergarten to grade 12, you're almost told what to do in a sense, like what's coming next. But when you graduate and you go to university, and then after university even, it's like, now what? It's job search and real world and what do I do? And sometimes we get our students who are more senior come to see us in panic mode saying, oh, I didn't plan anything. I don't know what I want to do. And so it's really helpful within your very first year at MUN and then beyond to just get involved with Student Volunteer Bureau, find out what you like, find out what you don't like by volunteering, learn about extracurricular activities that you can get involved in, attend career fairs, attend job fairs, do the Design Your Life program if you're uncertain about what courses to choose or what kind of plan you want to have, because you want to make better decisions for you. It's designing your life, right? Like career planning is all part of that. So this program is a new pilot that we started because we just got trained on it, and it just started this semester and it's going well. So it's definitely something that we want to promote to high school students before they come, to make them aware of this program. It's such a good tool. But yes, definitely learn about that, learn about all the different things you can do when you're here, getting involved as much as possible. Because these days your degree, I always say, is a piece of the puzzle. Usually employers will say, okay, so you have your degree, what other skills and experiences do you have? And even if a student doesn't have much work experience, I tell them you gain a lot of skills from your degree, your program, and they don't realize all the plethora, of skills and experiences they have from their degree, such as, if you've ever given a presentation, that's presentation skills. If you've ever been in group work at MUN, which is it's common, group work is common in any program, that's teamwork skills. So research, analytical, time management. So employers look for all these different types of soft skills, right? So in a nutshell, that's what we offer here at Career Development. There's so much more to it, but definitely at least make a visit as soon as you get to MUN, after you get, settled with all of your courses and things like that, because I know the very first semester is quite chaotic with getting your course schedule and figuring all of that out. But definitely learn about what types of career paths you even want in the first place before visiting academic advising. Of course, your very first year is kind of mapped out for you in a sense anyway, because it's very much exploration in your very first year. You don't have to have it all figured out in the first year, and it's quite common not to. But once you identify one or more career paths you might be interested in pursuing, visit the academic advising office to map out academic plans. They will actually map out, if you come to us and figure out, oh, you know what, I think I might want to do A, B, C, these different careers that I just learned about on Career Cruising or that we talked about. I'm going to bring these 3 plans to academic advising, and they will do up a course plan for you. For you to learn what path you might want to take and what factors come into play as to which one you would like to choose. Okay. Any questions about any of that?
Thank you, Kristen, for that detailed and very important resources that our center, the Career Center, provides. Again, if there are any questions, I'm going to check the chat box in the Q&A. Is there anything there that I might be seeing? And again, Kristen, where's the Career Center? If people don't know once they come in.
Sure. Yeah, it's located in the UC. So it's UC 4002 up here. It's right above, almost just above the food court. Everyone knows where the food court is because it's crossing the road.
Yeah.
And we're over on the side where the metro buses are, and we're tucked away, but we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time people think that after floor 3 there's nothing, but there are 3 more floors, and we are on the 4th floor.
Myself and Joan were just talking about that because the stairway stops, and then there's a hidden door, and then we're upstairs. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And again, if there's can we also share careers email, Kristen, in the chat box if maybe someone wants to email later on if they don't feel comfortable sharing now. Again, thank you for that. And now let's go to academic advising with Joanne. Joanne, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So folks, so happy to be here tonight from the Academic Advising Center. Can you see my slides, Meher? Yeah, okay, awesome.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Kristen. That's a great transition into what we do here at the Academic Advising Center. So there's so many pathways that you can go down, like Kristen mentioned in her presentation. There's so many different options, and sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming when you first start your studies with us at Memorial, or even beforehand. We're talking to you folks prior to getting here as well. And I certainly love talking to the exploring students. They're one of my favorite groups of students to talk to because I was an exploring student for 3 years in my undergraduate degree. So I definitely know what it feels like to be kind of uncertain about what it is that you want to do for the first little while. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay, and that you will find your way eventually. So like Kristen mentioned, kind of part 1 of that journey is a part of the self-exploration and discovery and exploring your strengths and career interests. And that can be done with career. And then once you've had those conversations and had those chats about about what it is you're interested in with them, you can come to us and chat through the academic strengths you have and help create plans for your academic future. And so even if you want to come to us even before you know your way, that's okay too. You can always come to chat with us no matter where you're at in the journey, to explore different plans, different pathways. We talk to students who are exploring options all the time, and some people might have a couple program options in mind. Others might not have any idea where it is that they're going with their academics, and that's okay too. That's honestly probably the most fun, because we get to chat about, okay, well, okay, here's this course and here's that course, and what do you think you're most interested in exploring? And then you can kind of go back and forth between us, career and academic advising, and have those conversations multiple times. So our door's always open for exploring no matter where you're at in your journey. We're located in SN 4053, the science building, the OG science building. And we're able to help you explore program options, help you with your academic plans, help you make informed decisions about major program selection, minor program selection, help you choose courses that relate to your intended program of study, and my screen is frozen. There we go. And address academic concerns, questions, help you understand university policy, regulations, academic procedures. So one common question we get is about admission requirements for programs. So how do I get accepted into this or that program? And that's where we can really help students understand all that policy, and help you get into the courses that you need to be in order to do the right things to get into the program of interest that you might have. We also help refer you to relevant university tools and resources. So even if you don't know where to go for the question that you might have, you can always come to the Academic Advising Center and we'll be able to support you along the way. So our advisors also help students learn about the program requirements. So we talked a bit about admission requirements, but also in terms of what's required for your program or intended major. And then we also discuss things like elective courses and how you can use those elective courses if your program allows it to supplement the skills and knowledge that you would like to develop in your career later on. So sometimes when you have the choice of what courses you want to do, you can really be strategic about picking courses in areas that are of interest to you or areas in which you want to learn more about for your career later on as well. So as you can see, our advisors and the Career Development Center's advisors, our work really goes hand in hand. And when you put it together, it can create a really beautiful journey. To book an appointment with our academic advisors, you can always email us at advice@mun.ca. In your email, include your name. If you have a student number, so if you've applied to the university, you can include that. If you haven't applied though, that's no problem. We still want to definitely hear from you. And then if you have an idea of the programs you want to explore, you can put that in your message, or all programs is an option. So you can put that in your message if you aren't sure what you're looking at. And we can spend lots of time together taking a look and really fleshing out what it is that you're most interested in and sparking that interest in learning more about the options that you have here. And then, of course, if you can just put in your email to us some times that you might be available during our business hours, that really helps us out too. In terms of other online academic resources that you can explore to help you now look at your options that we have at the university, mun.ca/undergrad/FYI, first year information is what that stands for. That's our website, and on the website there are sample course layouts for every program on the St. John's campus and the Grunfeld campus. So what that is, it is a sample, so it's not necessarily the pathway that every student's going to take. But if you were curious about, let's say, what a biology student takes in their first year, that's where you're going to find that information. So you can see that for all the different programs, and you can explore and see what does a bio student take, what does an engineering student take, that sort of thing, to kind of give you some more information about what exactly the first year of that program really entails. We also have lists. So there's a courses available in first year list, and that really helps narrow down what's in our calendar, but what's available to you to take with minimal prerequisites, if any prerequisites. So you can see lots of the courses there that are available to you as options in your first year of university, and that can be really helpful when you're looking for elective courses if your program allows that, or if you're just interested in finding out, like, okay, I need to take biology 1001. What's biology 1001 entail? So the course description is going to be there. Whether or not there's prerequisites, they'll be there. Lecture hour, lab hour, all of that information is in our courses available in first year page. There's also really great videos about registration troubleshooting. And so when it comes time for you to be registering your courses, there is a full guide and videos on how to register for courses located there as well. And course criteria charts and placement test information. So when you become more familiar about the beginning of your studies here, some courses are going to have different entry level points based on where you have been in your studies before. So if you've taken academic math versus advanced math, or if you've taken chemistry in high school versus never taken chemistry before, that's where you're going to be able to find those criteria charts that help you figure out which course is best for you to go into. And if you're unsure, you can always ask us. We are here to help and support those things. And then in terms of placement tests and non-credit course info, we have information about that. Those are also important details for first year students to know about. Our non-credit courses are things that students still need to do at the university in their first year, like our sexual violence awareness course and our academic integrity course. These are things that students need to complete in order to be able to register for their next semester after their first semester, but they don't get credit for those courses. It's just completion that needs to happen in order to be able to move on. And so those are important details that students need to be aware of when they are coming in to us for the first little while. And other non-credit courses include MUN 101s, that's the orientation and welcome module. So there's lots of really great information for you when you're transitioning into the university. You can find our center's information in there, and you'll be able to go in and click through all the different modules and learn everything that you'll need to know for your first year. Another really great university resource to explore what we have to offer at the St. John's campus and all of our campuses is the university calendar. Now, this can be a little bit daunting, and this is where our job comes in to help navigate the university calendar, because at first there's a lot of links, a lot of things, but we can help you find your way navigating through there. So it has all academic program and degree related regulations, admission requirements, and it can be found on any page of the MUN website by just going up to the top right, clicking on the jump to button and heading down to the calendar and getting into the St. John's campus. So if you're looking for exploration of the rules and regulations, the program components, the degree regulations, all of that can be found in the calendar. And so my best advice to students exploring options is to continuously ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out for support. Ask people how they got to the roles that they're in today. There's so many ways that you can make the most of the time that you're here at the university in experiential ways, extracurricular ways. You can learn so much about yourself before even graduating. So always ask us questions. We're here to help support you. Explore the MUM website and our online resources and tools and supports. Kristen went over a number of tools that you can use to explore strengths, career interests. And we have a number of tools as well that we can help you use to explore academic pathways, like the calendar, the programs pages. We can go through all of that with you. And if you're unsure of where to go for the type of support that you need, always email us. Advice@mun.ca is a great place to start, and we'll point you in the right direction. So this is how to get in touch with both of us, academic advising, advice@mun.ca, mun.ca/advice, or FYI is where you can find a lot of the information about the Academic Advising Center. And like I said, we're located in the Science Building, SM 4053. Pop us an email to book an appointment as early as you want in your journey exploring your courses, exploring your pathways, and career developments information I have up there on the screen as well if you're looking to get in touch with them too.
Thank you very much, Joanne and Kristen, for those detailed and very important information that students who are undecided to come and speak with us. And whenever I was doing my recruitment tour this month in Ontario or in PEI, a lot of time when I was asking students, what do you want to study? And they said undecided. And I tell them that is a very reasonable and valid answer to be undecided at age 17 or 18 because we don't know what we are. And we have at MUM that students can have 2 years of undeclaring their major. Maybe they want to check a music, or they want to take a science course, or maybe they want to take a physiology and physics or political science. But then at 60 credits, Joanne, correct me if I'm wrong, they need to make a decision. So when they come to you at that stage and they have tons of courses, how we are going to navigate them in terms of what to decide, where to go?
So it's a good question. Many students are in that boat. That there's lots of students who end up at the point where we want to help them find an academic home, and it's just about talking to an advisor, really, at that point in time, and we really sit down with the student and help them navigate their different pathways, have a chat about their plans. Really look into their strengths. So at that point, you've done about 20 courses.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy to look into your transcript there and see, okay, yeah, that criminology course that you did, you got a like 85 in that course. How was that? Did you want to keep going with that? So there's a lot of information we can get from helping just by looking at the transcript alone, and then also doing all of the things that we chatted about tonight, looking at strengths, looking at interests, looking at what they want their life to look at after graduation too.
Yeah.
That's a big thing because, you know, knowing what you want your career to be at the end and what your life would look like with a Bachelor of Engineering or with a Bachelor of Arts in Criminology.
Yeah.
Very important things to all consider at the end of the day, for sure.
Yeah. Yes, you have that option, but don't wait till that time. Speak with us from the beginning, because the sooner you make a decision, it's better. But again, you have that option, and even you can change from Bachelor of Science, you can go to Bachelor of Arts, or maybe go to business, but speak to someone. We are here to help you, and there's no stupid question, or there's no every question matters. Every question is important, and we are here to help you. I'm just going to check the chat box to see if there's any questions. I know that Kristen provided more details about the whole code. And Joan, you also provided the resources and where to reach to us. We're almost at the time. I don't want to keep everyone hanging. I know that it's a busy week for everyone else. Final thought, Joanne and Kristen, for the people who are here.
I would say that just keep in mind that we're here, we're ready to help. We can help at any point in time, so you don't even have to have applied to talk to us in advice. Or in the Academic Advising Center. So, you know, at any point in time when you want to start thinking about these things, start planning things out for yourself, get the conversation started, even if you're not sure or have no options in mind, we're here to help. And the earlier you come to chat with us, the more we can talk about all those options. And I feel like that supportive piece will just really come into play there.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for everybody and for Student Recruitment for inviting us over to be able to be a part of your sessions this evening. It's really been a pleasure. You take care.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fine.
And,
Yeah, Kristen, anything final thought?
yeah, to piggyback on Joan, I mean, we see a lot of students and we see a lot of alumni, and you know, you won't be the first and you won't be the last to come to us to say, I don't know what I want to do. You know, it's so typical, it's so common. I did primary elementary education first. I'm not a primary elementary teacher now, but my experiences and, you know, I did a master's in counseling psychology, did my internship here at MUN in 2014, and totally different career trajectory than working with kids. Similarities, of course, but you know, every degree prepares you for many, many, many careers. Okay, so it's you can just make any kind of decision, and still, if you choose not to go that route, your experiences can take you somewhere else, or maybe you can do a certificate somewhere, like free courses online, or maybe, you know, there's very short certificate programs you can do even at Marine Institute, or which are still part of MUN. So yeah, you're not alone in that, is in the nutshell. I could go on and on about this, but we only have so much time.
Yeah. Again, thank you very much for Kristen and Joanne. And for the audience, if you have any other questions, you can reach to us on our emails that we provided, and you can also reach us to admission@mun.ca, at careers@mun.ca. So we're here to help. And so this is the end of room 2 for night 3. We have one more session coming up. So if you are going to if you want to know more about Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, you need to go to room 1. If you want to talk about nursing, stay in this room. We'll be back in 15 minutes. And in room 3 will be School of Social Work. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.